Well, guys, we're back for day 4, and we've got delivery day, but it's going to be an awesome one because we've received 2 new online orders, which means we got to go drop it off at the front of each store. So, as you guys know, we got a new truck. We're going to hook up to a trailer, and then we get some loading to do. As you guys know, we keep all of our pavers and wood planks around back, and that's actually a part of today's delivery. We've got Hardware Bob down the road. He ordered some wood planks. He ordered a pretty good amount, too. I'll show you guys his order. So, we did get them pulled out of the back, and they're just over here. So, we got 2 crates of wood planks. There's probably 48 planks for each set, so he's gonna have close to 100 planks, 96 to be exact. And then we're gonna be loading up some planks of wood because the barber shop is actually expanding their store for an upgrade, and they're adding in a wall, so they're also gonna need some cement blocks, which we have over here in the cement section, and these 3 right here. So this should be enough for them to build up a retaining wall. They're kind of separating an office space from the front store, so that'll allow for their construction project, and then the wood planks will be for their brand new wood floor because they've had some issues keeping it clean. So anyhow, guys, let's grab the truck. We're gonna grab our truck for this, and then trailer. We do have to bring along the skid steer to unload as well, so we are gonna bring that and use it to load everything up. So it should be an awesome day, guys. If you like seeing these Home Depot videos, help me to continue making more and go down below and drop a thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much, guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you're missing out. Okay, here we go. We got the Minn Kota trailer here. Should be perfect. I do have all the stuff on the back, but as long as we don't take the corner too sharp, we won't hit our compressor or the welder on the right side. So, all right, we're gonna actually back the trailer up, and then we'll load up the planks around here first. So let's get this thing positioned right here. Looks good. Should be enough room for the skid steer. So truck's ready to roll. Let's go grab the Kubota, and then I'll be back over here to load up the wood. All right, we got this thing. It's actually been working really well around here, kind of moving stuff around. The container company picked it up this morning, so that kind of left us some more space right there, which is great. We actually do have some stuff in the front already. We were moving some stuff around. As you can see, we do have some wood in this area, so some of it's kind of scattered. We'll have to load at 3 different parts before we get on the road and head over to the 2 drop-offs today. So it's gonna be pretty sweet doing a mobile delivery. It's nice we're able to do it while we're not crazy busy, but once this store starts getting busy, we're gonna have to hire some more people. Let me know if you guys want to see us hire maybe Mako. He could be a good help at the store. But first things first, we got the planks here. I'm not going to attempt to grab both at once. They're actually pretty heavy. These things are well finished too, so I don't want to drop them and cause any potential damage. But let's see if we can. Oh my goodness, that was close. Let's see if we can reach up without tipping these things over here. This Kubota can actually go pretty good height, almost as good as a forklift, but we don't need the forklift for this job. All right, here we go. We got the first set. Go ahead, lift up. Perfect. That was easy. And then we can spin this thing around. Look at that, 360. And we're gonna set this on the front of the trailer because we need to leave some room for our Kubota. So looks good right here. Let's go ahead, angle it, and drop it down. Try and keep it as centered as possible. And I think that is just about perfect. We'll load the other side to this with the second set. Now let's try and do it first person. This might be a bit of a challenge, but what I usually do is you can see the forks right now because I have them angled. So we'll kind of just set our height based on that. Let's see. Let's get it centered. Okay, now that we're centered, we're gonna lift up, and then once I can't see the forks, I'm gonna tilt them forward. Looks good, and we should be perfect right there. Oh my gosh, we actually did it. No way. All right, cool. Let's go around the other side because like I said, these are going to load on the opposite side of the one we just loaded. So should go pretty good. As you can see, the truck is already squatting. So these wood planks are pretty heavy. The truck should be able to handle the weight more than you guys think. I think it's just squatting because we got the upgraded suspension on the truck. So, all right. Oh, okay. I think I put it a little bit too far back on the fork. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop it, go back just a little bit, pick it up again, and then let's center this thing right about there. Looks good. All right. We're almost there. We're going to strap this set down right there. Looks good. We got 1 set of wood planks to pick up. We've got the beams loaded, so it's actually right here on the shelf. So it should be pretty simple. It's just a pallet fork. I actually have to decrease the width of these forks real quick. All right, there we go. Now we're good. Perfect. This is so easy to run. I mean, having the ability to actually spin this thing on a dime is nice. In previous games, you couldn't really use a skid steer like a skid steer is supposed to be used, but being able to just take this thing to the left and right very easily is nice. So, okay, next up, this thing's gonna go right here. We do have another set of planks in the front, so we'll start on this side, and I think we're good. Let's go drive the truck around, and the skid steer will meet us there. All right, guys, here we go. We got everything moved over to the front, and here's that second set of wood beams and wood planks I was talking about. So we're gonna grab these things first, and then we'll go on to the cement blocks. Those things are pretty heavy, so if I can keep most of the weight on the back, that'd be great. Kind of center it out a little bit more, and then once we put this skid steer on the back of the dovetail, this thing will definitely balance out in weight. So, all right, here we go, boys. This one's gonna be loaded far back as we possibly can. I think maybe right there, but let's try and shuffle it a little bit more. There we go. Looks good right about there. Let's drop it down. Okay, we we got this strapped down, but I do have to put the second set of wood planks up here. And then we're going to put the cement blocks, I'm guessing, lined up right here, 1, 2, and 3. So we'll do our best with that. But all right, next set of wood planks is up. We've got 3 beams, 2 planks, and 3 concrete block pallets. All right, there we go. We got our second wood planks. Can't go around this side, so we're gonna go on this side, but we're gonna stack it like we said, just in the center there. So let's get this thing lined up perfectly. Here we go. Looks good. Didn't leave myself much room, but we should be able to do it. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's bring this thing down, and then we're moving on to the concrete. Okay, strap this down. So now we got this side and that side. So those things aren't going anywhere. For the concrete blocks, like we said, 1, 2, and 3. So we got the 3 right here. They're all the same length, height, width, weight. So it should be pretty simple to balance it out. It's just they're very heavy. I think we've got a little over 1,000 pounds for each pallet. So you definitely don't want to mess that up when you're distributing the weight over the axles of the trailer. So, all right, you got the first pallet here. We're going to try and center this one as much as we can. So let's get this thing corrected around. And then that skid steer and the dovetail should work out perfect. So, all right, a little bit to the left. Looks good. And we're centered. Okay, let's drop this thing down. What I'm actually going to do to make it a little easier, so I'm just going to push it. So now we don't have to go around. Definitely not a lot of room to maneuver in here when we're loading up these blocks. I will probably put anything that goes beyond this curb around in another area, just because this is the perfect amount of space for loading and unloading. We really can't decrease how much workspace we have for operating this forklift and skid steer around here. So there we go. We got the second set. Looks good. Kubota's doing a great job. The thing's full of fuel too. It did fill it up this morning. We grabbed a couple of jugs of diesel. Actually, I do have a transfer tank in my truck, so technically we just filled that up and then fueled this thing. But yeah, that's got diesel in it. We filled this thing up because we did burn a little bit when we were unloading that container. So we should be good for our deliveries today. We got the second one loaded up. Oh, okay. Let's not push the other one off the side, but we're gonna get the third one, guys, and then we'll load this stuff all up, including this skid steer, and then we'll be heading out to Hardware Bob's for our first delivery. All right, looks good, boys. We got the concrete blocks all good, secured, good to go. So let's load the dovetail up with the skid steer. We got to drop that thing down with auxiliary 1, and then we'll be seeing if this thing distributes its weight a little better. As you can see, we're riding the fenders, so let's try and crank the back end of this trailer up. All right, boys, looks pretty good. I do have to put the forks forward facing when we're driving because of safety concerns. Looks good. Forks are secured. Check that out. We can actually strap the forks down now. Tracks are good. All right, boys, we're ready to move out. Let's see if the weight distributed. Oh, okay, a little better. All right, we're good to go, boys. Let's move out. Everything's towing pretty good. We do have a dually F350 here, so obviously a great truck to get this work done. And Hardware Bob is located in town, so we don't have too far of a drive to get to him. He's probably about 2 miles from here, so whenever we have a delivery, really easy, simple to get to. And he stocks a little bit lower quantities in terms of us. He buys direct from us. So those that were wondering, well, we got Hardware Bob in store in the town. Well, he's not as big as Home Depot, so obviously he's more local. Sometimes he's got some returning customers, or he does have a lot of returning customers that are local that have been around for a while. But now that there's Home Depot, we might be taking some of his business. So we'll see how long he can stay open with the competition we're bringing. So Hardware Bob should be just right up here. Or you know what? I actually passed it. Yeah, it's going to be a matter of months before that place out of business. Sad to say. Didn't even recognize such a small store. Well, RIP Hardware Bob. Let's unload here. He wants us back by the back gate here. That's where he takes everything around to the side. So, all right, let's drop off his load. He's got, let's see, 2 of these wood planks order, obviously. And then the rest of it is for the barber shop for their makeover. All right, let's get the skid steer undone here, and then we'll unload this stuff. All right, Kubota's fired up. We're ready to roll, boys. Here we go. Wood plank number 1. What do we got? I wish we had giant forks. If you guys ever remember, on one of our older skid steers, we had forks that could pick up both of these planks at once. That'd be super cool to have because it would make the job a lot easier, and we could unload them both at once. But hey, maybe we could look into buying some more. So let's drop this down right by the gate he requested. First one is good. Perfect. All right, let's grab the second one. I should be able to reach it from here. As long as I keep the forks elevated, we'll be good to go. Yep, should have plenty of space. Here we go. All right, second wood planks are good. We're blocking a school bus right now. Probably not the ideal time for this, but that's all right. Hardware Bob has got his last set of hardware planks before he's out of business, boys. Let's head on over to the barber shop, and we'll deliver their materials so they can build and renovate their barber shop. I gotta spin this thing around first. Check this out. 360, boys. Or this is 180. All right, we're moving out, boys. So the barber shop is located in the other small town, so not too far, but it is the opposite direction of Home Depot. Either way, we'll get back to Home Depot Depot a little faster. So I'll show you guys kind of where that's at. Let's head back down Main Street here. Everything's towing behind pretty good. Skid steer's holding up back there. Man, there's a lot of school buses out. I think everyone's getting out of school right now, so interesting. I think they're almost out for holiday break, but still busy around town. So like I said, back over the river crossing, we got the Home Depot to our left, and then in the other small town, got the local barber. They do a great job, but yeah, like I said, it's an old place, so they need to renovate the floors and renovate some walls, which they're going to add in those concrete blocks for. They're building a new office space for the manager, so that's going to be nice. Here it is up on the right side, barber shop. That's the name. Very simple and clean. So let's see, is there any other drop-off points? I know this is their whole store frontage right here, so the rest of it's the crossing store. I don't want to take up one of their parking spots, but let's see if there's a back door. I'm not sure what the construction contractor said. Oh, okay, I think there might be a spot. Yeah, this is definitely going to be better. So they've got a whole back door to the barber shop. Got a bathroom back there, a bathtub. All right, so we're actually going to drop it around here. Might have to unload on the side and then bring the skid steer stuff over here, but that'll make it easier, kind of keep the mess out of the front, because I'm sure the landlord that they rent the building from is not going to appreciate taking up one of his parking spots. So all right, let's keep this simple, and we're just going to back up in the other street here, throw the hazards on, and then we'll be unloading. All right, hazards are on the truck, I think. Let's check them. Okay, yep, we're good. Hazards are on, so we're gonna unload everything here. Honestly, we might be able to load up these concrete blocks or unload them just like this. Ready? Watch this. I'm gonna extend the forks all the way in here, and let's see if it's enough. I think it's actually perfect. Look at this. Perfect width to load these things around back. There we go. Oh, I got the second one there. Hold on, let's drop that. Okay, here we go. We got it by a feather. Oh my gosh, this might be a little trickier. That's why it's better to kind of just correctly pick these things up from the side. But all right, let's attempt this. It might be cool. There we go. We got about half of it. I'm gonna try and go pick up the whole thing correctly here. There we go. It does work pretty good. It feels a little bit lighter on the forks. I'm not sure how that works. I think it kind of center balances it. Instead of picking up from the side, it doesn't make the weight hang off the side there. So okay, we are gonna set this in the grass, I was told, because even though it might ruin a little bit of it, it's fine. As long as it keeps it out of the front of the parking lot, we'll be good to go. They got a camera right there too watching, so if anybody tries to steal this stuff, they won't get away with it. All right guys, we're gonna get to work unloading this stuff, and I'll check back in with you when we're almost done unloading this entire trailer here, but you guys know the process. See you when we're done. All right guys, the final thing is the wood beam set here, so let's grab this. Oh, that was a terrible pickup. Let's try that again. Let's get it straight. You got to make sure you do this right the first time. There we go. A little bit better of an attempt. All right, so we've actually done a little bit more organizing back here, because wood cannot get wet. In case it rains, guys, all this wood will be ruined. So we are stacking the planks and then the beams on top of the concrete, so that way, in case it floods back here for any reason, everything in the wood category will stay good. So all right, let's get this thing set down on the concrete, and I don't know how I'm gonna back up here. Hold on a second. We're gonna have to angle it just a little bit, and let's drop it down. Bring in the forks, turn around. All right, we're good to go, boys. The job is done. So let's load up the skid steer, and yeah, both mobile deliveries are done. So we just got paid $4 grand for both of those, including material costs. So that means we made $1,500 from those deliveries. Absolutely insane. People think it's a little bit easier though, because they don't have the proper equipment to move stuff. Like they don't have a skid steer. That costs a lot of money. Trailer, truck to pull all of it, and it's a little bit easier because it's insured if we bring it to them. So yeah guys, I hope you did enjoy us doing some mobile deliveries. If you guys want to see the next cool thing we do day to day here at the Home Depot, help me out, drop a thumbs up down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.